These vids just keep getting easier and easier as the Eagles continue to ball out. So many players on the upside, but there are some on the but it's harder and harder to find them because they're playing as such cohesive units on both the offensive and defensive side. So let's look into who did well, who didn't do well, or who did mid, so, and who deserves more PT, less PT, and unfortunately we got to get some people some more PT because of BG. Anyways, let's get into it. What's up, it's your boy Cintron, come back at you with another analysis video, and kid you not, that's my real name. Game ball, 3 stars, and snap count analysis. We'll only do the latter, as we always do. Week 12, Eagles at Rams, and we came out and made that thing our home again for the second consecutive year, going out to LA, and just blowing that thing out with green. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm on one. I'm still riding high off that live performance that I witnessed. All right, starting with quarterback Jalen Hurts. He played 71 snaps. Kenny Pickett came in for 2, and just kneel downs. But Hurts is being belabored for his just so performance. PFF gave him a 66.6 QB rating with their system because he didn't have to do too much. Look, Jalen, encapsulated the moment perfectly. When Saquon had that run for a touchdown, he was smiling from ear to ear. And no, it wasn't a Colombian necktie. It was just him being elated because, Saquon makes his job easier. Us coming into the run game, I think we might have run it 45 times, and he only passed it 22. And then, several other runs where he was sacked, that were called pass plays. But when you only have to put the ball up that number of times, you don't have to, you don't have to bear the full load. He made his passes to AJ, who had 106 of his yards, I believe. Had some, passes out there to the John Dotson, 4 to, what's his name? Dallas Goedert. But he didn't have to be overburdened. They're doing the thing they should be doing, running the run game, riding Saquon, running that the football, and just letting Jalen conservative performances for perhaps next week when we have to face the Ravens. We might have to air it out because we might be playing from behind with Lamar Jackson being pretty competent and keeping us on our heels and making it a competitive contest throughout all 4 quarters. So we'll see. But for the meantime, it is what it is, and we'll just enjoy these games that we have right here. All right. Can't really tell you anything about Kenny Pickett. Saquon Barkley, though, I mean, I don't need to say anything. 302 scrimmage yards, 43 receiving, 255, 47 receiving, 255 rushing. I mean, on 26 carries, I think, or maybe 30. I think 26. It was ridiculous, man. What he was giving us in the run game with, 2 touches for $140, 42. Just ridiculous, man. I do want to see him conserve to as much as he can be, but next week ride him. Steelers game, ride him. Then we face lesser opponents. See how much rest we can get him. Make that the challenge because this guy behind him, Kenny Gainwell, had a 13-yard touchdown of his own, I believe. And the first person to celebrate with him was who? Saquon. He's just such a team player, and he wants to see the other guys. He truly means what he said. And that might be obsession with the first game against the Giants. He wants to see the other young bulls eat. And, just selfless. The perfect player for Philly. And, I hope that we're able to get him a ring because he deserves it. Ben Van Sumer in 5 snaps. You saw him leading, playing lead blocker, fullback for Saquon Barkley. And, he does work when he's in there. So I'm glad to see that he's still a part of the offense, and hopefully it keeps his role keeps growing. Use that 4.4 speed. All right, wide receiver AJ Brown got 65 snaps. He made the most of them. Playing a decoy, blocking, making other people's routes run for them, getting the coverage, rubs and such. he does everything. Worked hard for the yardage he got, and he deserves it. I mean, he was breaking tackles. He was just doing A.J. Brown things out there. Jahan Dotson, 50 snaps, mostly as a decoy. Running some satellite routes and stuff like that, but still not getting a great tremendous amount of work, but he works within our offense. Johnny Wilson as well, out there being a blocker primarily. The guy is awesome. Once he learns how to use his body in the red zone, and if he could learn from Devonta Smith even just a bit about being a contortionist, game, set, match. And he can use his height. He didn't really jump that well in the red zone on the target he got from Jalen. If he can learn how to do that, man, watch out. But Smith, he got I think a carry or two or a catch or two. He got a catch, but mostly just there to fill out the numbers. Britton Covey didn't really see any action go his way, but he the run play that he was in on when Saquon Barkley broke that 70-yarder, it was Britton Covey on number 24 making that block. So I mean, it's just insane, the the fever that this guy causes that makes his guys want to go to bat for him and lay down their proverbial football lives and then ensure that he's successful. All right, tight end Dallas Goedert had 55 snaps. Didn't see a lot of action, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can get him work next game. Grant Calcaterra didn't really get any either, but these guys we had 13 personnel, 1 running back and 3 tight ends on several plays. So all these guys got some work together on the field. C.J. Uzoma, not really, that noticeable, but he's a huge blocker. So sad that we don't have Jack Stoll in there, but C.J., he's back and we're using him. All right, I'm just gonna keep them as a whole. Jordan Mailata, Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson, Mekhi Becton, Lane Johnson. 2 snaps from Jack Driscoll, Fred Johnson, and Tyler Steven in garbage time. But this O-line, man, they deserve all the credit in the world. They were, destroying their blocks, getting up to the second level, getting push, buying time for Jalen, carving the holes in the run game. I mean, that second touchdown, the hole that opened up, it looked just like the Red Sea part. You're like, damn, open that shit up for me. But just crazy. They dominated a good young Rams defensive line. And those guys might be, future Pro Bowlers, future All-Pros. But today, they learned a valuable lesson, in going against the Philadelphia Eagles. The experience cannot be underestimated. All right, edge defenders, Nolan Smith. He was doing his thing. He was getting some pressure. Josh Sweat, was playing very well. Brandon Graham, I mean, he was having, he had one of his best games of the season, and unfortunately, it'll be his last because he has that triceps injury, and it's sad, man, because you want BG to go off on a high note, contributing on the field. He'll be contributing off of it, getting those young boys ready to play and coaching them up. But it's a bit sad, but I hope we can let him, if he gets a ring, I think he rides off into the sunset. Perfect ending, hallmark. But Jalen Hunt, 24 snaps, didn't notice it, but he's going to see an uptick because he has to. He has to play. Brandon Graham's out. That means we have 3 healthy edge rushers, and then we brought a guy in from the practice squad from the Cowboys, but he's been bounced around. And a talented guy, but he hasn't been able to see the field. For the most part, he's been cut. So don't know what's up with that. All right, interior defensive line, 54 snaps for Jalen Carter. He just continues to wreck the other team's game plan and just be the pivotal player they have to focus on, commit double teams to. I mean, we were counting. It was the game was still in third quarter, 15 double team snaps against him, and he's still busting through, attacking the weakness of the double team, and making a play, which is just insane. Because he's setting the stage for these guys, other guys to get one-on-ones. Like Milton Williams made most of his one-on-ones. 2 sacks yesterday, a forced fumble, a strip fumble on one of them. I mean, he's been such a valuable piece, as the elder statesman of the DL interior defensive line. And DL, watch out. I ain't talking about Hewley. But, you know, he's just out there making plays, man. And he might play, you know, see an uptick on interior pass rushing because, you know, he's a good replacement for Graham on the inside, you know, similar athleticism. Merle Jumbo doing some work in there when he was in there. Jordan Davis, you know, blocking it up and getting the other guys work. And Thomas Booker, you know, looking solid when he was in there. Wasn't his fault on the goal line push for the, you know, touchdown, but, you know, he was standing stout. All right, linebacker Zach Bond. He looked much better this game in coverage. And, you know, he was even on Puka Nakua on one snap. Just insane, like what the, you know, amount of, the quality of coverage he was given. And Kobe Dean played very well, you know, playing downhill, got another sack, busted up a weak sole. I mean, Kyron Williams is on the smaller end, but I want to see him do it to somebody like Derrick Henry. But I mean, that's asking not the impossible, but, you know, the highly improbable. But it'll be a good test for them boys next week, actually. Oren Burks, some good garbage time play. You know, so it shows that he can be a solid stopgap. And Jeremiah Trotter, you know, flashing, but, you know, of course he's not there yet. And let's get to the last group, the secondary. Cornerback and safety. Quinion Mitchell continues to be San Quinion. Guantanamo Bay just locking dudes down. And, you know, he had a catch on him for a touchdown at the end. But, you know, it was garbage time. You know, with Cooper Kupp, I'm like, whatever. Cooper DeJean, likewise, you know, a great chess piece. Playing in the slot, locking dudes down, locking Puka Nakua down. Definitely shut down Cooper Kupp. I mean, these young guys, I mean, it's amazing how they're coming out and playing with this fervor and energy. Like Reed Blankenship looking good in pass coverage, you know, just sticking his nose where it doesn't belong according to the offense. And, you know, he's the glue behind the secondary there. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, 56 snaps. He was flying around, making some plays. Not as noticeable as his first, you know, year with us, but, you know, he's still a pretty solid guy out there in the secondary and getting better, it seems. Darius Slade, 28 snaps, he went out, you know, and went out, I think, the play before, like, with, you know, injury. I'm like, not injury, but a flag. Like, come on, Slay. And Monte Smith, you know, looked solid at the time, and others, you know, like, looked like he could use some work. But that's why him and Cooper DeJean's snap are the opposite. Tristan McCullum gets some garbage time, playing time, valuable, and Sidney Brown as well. He's waiting in the wings. So I mean, yeah, man, it's very, you know, this season just continues to crescendo, and you know, there's gonna be a point where we lose again, you know. Well, you know, if we don't, we run the table, that'd be excellent, but I don't see that happening. But that being said, I do believe in us, and I'm positive, man. Seeing, you know, what we've been through and how we've bounced back and rebuilt ourselves into something even stronger. Anyways, we'll get up out of here, but you're not even watching, no, but it's all good because I love talking about the freaking stinking Philadelphia Eagles, and I love making these videos. So we'll chunk the deuces officially, but as always, it's fly, Eagles, fly, and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.